to the next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. And we are taking center stage today on the Own It Publishing platform with an amazing author. She is coming to us from very far away. We're a little off on the time today. We went a little bit early just to respect her time because it is a little late there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on in. Good evening, Coach Author Dawn. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am fantastic. And I tell you, thank you so much for your patience because we were supposed to actually go live yesterday. And I tell you guys, when technology wants to go out, it just wants to go out and it's done. So we made it happen today. We had ran into a little stuff this morning, but we are still here with you today. And I'm so excited to be able to share a little bit of Dawn and her literary work. So Dawn, you're international. So what was it like? I mean, that transition from, the States to international.
Oh, it was a big change for me, but it was change. So I'm all up for change. Learning something new. I am in the Middle East, so it's extremely warm during the day, but it's nice and cool at night right now. And it was a long trek. I wasn't sure if I would be able to do it, but I was up for the challenge. And I've been here since 2007. I left for 3 months to change positions and came back. And I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the journey that I've been on.
That is so amazing. I mean, oh gosh, it's in my heart to relocate internationally. We've spoken about that already. So
Yes, we have.
when I can announce that I am out of here. So let's talk a little bit about your writing journey. So what inspired you to become an author? I mean, it's kind of hard.
It is kind of hard, and my intentions was to just write for myself. I've always written as a child, and my grandmother encouraged me a lot in regards to writing. She actually wouldn't let me read any other poets because she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at an early age. So a
Wow.
lot of the poets that people have read, I've never read them because she didn't want them to influence what was coming from me. So um, I stuck to that, actually.
Wow. Wow. So how many books do you have out there right now?
I have four, actually, that have been published, and it's been a unique journey for me. My very first book, which was XXI, The Dawning Begin, was maybe about 50 pages.
Okay.
And I moved on to the next one, which was Dusk versus Dawn. I have She, which is Single Human Experience. And the last one that I just wrote was My Dear. And they're all poetry.
And I love poetry. Oh gosh,
Me too.
I can't write it myself, but I can write those stories. But yeah, and so at a young age, so even through going through high school, things like that, did you know that you were going to be putting that work out there? Did you know that you were going to be an author? At that
I
time.
didn't know. I did not know. I knew that I had a gift because my grandmother always told me that I had a gift. I
Mhm.
didn't know that the gift was within the words that I was receiving. So I've always loved reading, spelling, writing. And it just led me to where I'm at today with being an author. I never thought about being an author. Never.
And look at you now. You got all these books out there.
Oh yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest challenge, I guess, with being an author?
Um for me it was the inside of my head thing, which it was, will anybody like it? Will they receive it? Will they understand what I'm saying or what is said through me to them? And would I be able to actually walk the steps to having the book actually published?
Wow. And see, I think our words are really sometimes they're not even our words. They're words that someone else needs to hear. So
Yes,
I'm so glad that you got out of your own way and were able to put your work out there. Because there's always that person that again, they may be on that edge and they just need to hear those words of encouragement or those words of wisdom. So that's just
that's
important.
true. That is very true.
Yeah. So, okay, you also are working as well as being an author. So, let's talk about just kind of how you juggle that and how, your writing process goes because I know there's a lot of people out there that probably would like to, write a book or, maybe write some poetry or tell their story or something, but the biggest excuse is I don't have time.
Right.
So, can you just share a little bit about just your experience with that and how you were able to navigate through, again, working and then also being an author?
Right. So being overseas is a different kind of schedule than in the States. I work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. I have one day off, which is actually today is my day off. So I'm constantly working and managing others. However, because I find that my poetry is intuitive, whenever I receive it, I have to write it down. It's not like I have the memory part of it where I'll remember everything. I once I receive the words, I write them down immediately. So my balance in my head is that my job is me being an author. The second part of it, which is my job, is what I do daily to supply for my needs. Um, Family, publishing books, whatever may come in regards to how we live our lives. But basically, for me, I am a author, and whenever the words come, I stop doing what I'm doing and I write them down.
Ooh, see, look, you on the right platform because you owned it. You owned being that
Oh
author.
yes,
I just love that. There's no excuse there. You
no,
put that as that's my career, that's my job right there, and this
yeah.
other is just my investor. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes, I had to get there though. It gets to the point where you know what your passion and your purpose is to being here upon this earth. And I knew it wasn't the daily work that I'm doing every day, but I learned lessons from the daily work and I'm able to help others with the writing and with different things that I receive. So once I owned it and said, I am an author, and it was hard for me to say that. I'm like, I am an author, and I had to get myself together. Once I owned that, I was good to go.
Wow, man, ooh, it's good. So we're gonna cut to a quick commercial break, and then we will be right back with
Okay.
author Don Gregory. We'll be right back, everybody. that. That is Upscale Business Solutions. All right, we are back. Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine with author Dawn Gregory. So, Dawn, we've talked a little bit about the writing journey. Now, let's talk a little bit about just what's something that you can share with the audience that really just soothes your soul.
Oh, wow. I love silence. And with silence comes meditation for me. It's just me being wherever I am, whether I'm sitting in my car for 5 minutes or if I'm home. Just taking time out for me, that gives me peace, is within silence and within meditation. And I've been doing that for so many years now that it's like me just closing my eyes. If I'm even in a room surrounded by others, if I close my eyes, I can control the space that I'm in to give me the peace that I need. And that's so very important, is your peace, silence, meditation. Whether you know how to meditate or not, it's just instinct to me and to us all. Just close your eyes and sit still, and the chatter will start easing away, and you'll have that peace that you're looking for in a matter of minutes.
So it's really kind of like a muscle, right? You got to work that muscle a little
Yes.
bit. Because I was going to ask, how do you, just silence the chatter? Because for myself, I always have, 101 things going on, and the mind is just going all over the place. So really just continuing to practice that's all we need to do, huh?
Yeah, I shouldn't say problems. I've had issues with the chatter as well, because with the chatter it takes me into so many different areas, and I'm not concentrating on where I need to be. I'll start, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I have to do that, or I'm supposed to do this for this person or that person.
Right.
And it comes a time when I'm like, I can't do everything, so I need to control me now so that I can get in that space where I am actually flourishing in what I'm supposed to be doing at that time. So it takes me a matter of minutes. I'll just sit, close my eyes, and let the chatter just ease away, and then bring myself back to myself, and then I'm good. it's it's a practice that I've been doing, and it took me a while to get here, but once I get there, I'm at peace on anything.
And see, I know that that stress, trying to alleviate stress in the world that we live in is just so
Yes.
vital. And when you look around at people, they look very stressed. They're looking very
Yeah.
aged and very, you look at a 25-year-old right now, and some of them are looking, 40, right? And it's
Yeah.
just so crazy to see that. And you and I had a conversation yesterday, and look, I'm never going to tell anybody's age, but I was very impressed with you because you just look magnificent. And I
Thank
think
you.
that it's attributed to how you keep that peace and how you keep that
Yes.
stress level down. So it's just amazing. And just keep on doing what you're doing because, again, you look magnificent.
Thank you so much. It is controlling the inner. That's another thing my grandmother told me when I was younger, because I looked at the women in my family to see that they looked very youthful.
Mhm.
And she basically told me, the age that we are is the physical age, but your inner is what you should be concerned about, which is your youthfulness. If you're young on the inside, it's going to project on the outside, and that's what I've always done. So it's something that I'm thankful for, that I received a long time ago, but I didn't know that I would actually be practicing that, because I was like, oh, I'm always going to be young. And then you start thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, I need to go to that, those jewels that my grandmother gave me, so that I can practice those. And she gave them to me for a reason.
Yes, yes. So just quieting down and what you put in your body as well. Because I know we spoke about that
Yes,
too. Just,
we
you know,
did.
today's society, we have a lot of junk and things out there. So really being able to put those good whole foods in your body, the good produce, all those things. If you can grow your own food, grow your own food. I know
Right.
you mentioned that you don't eat meat. I eat meat sometimes myself, but I try to get
Hmm.
that fresh meat as possible. And if you have to go out to a farm, I'm lucky to have some farms around here. So,
Oh
um,
yeah.
that's the best thing to do. So, there's so many things that you could have done in the literary realm. So, what is it that you really love about poetry, and why did you take that route?
Um, the route was given to me. Actually, I receive the words. I hear every word that is written in the books, and it's just as plain as you and I talking. And um, I had a near-death experience,
Oh, wow.
and when I came out, I had a lot of chatter, and I couldn't concentrate. And I just said, God, please take the chatter away so that I can at least function. And I was sitting in my room, and actually, I was in the Middle East at that time, and I heard something say, write it down. So I just sat there and I started gathering notebooks, and I'm just writing, constantly just writing words, just writing notebooks full of words. And then I'm looking at them like, what am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah.
And then something said, read them. And I started reading them, and I was like, oh my God, this is poetry. And of course, at that time, I'm feeling, because I'm receiving it from a higher realm, but within me, through me, from a higher realm, I thought, this is for me. It's for me. It's not for anybody else because I'm given this. And then I started to think, no, it's not for you, Dawn. It's for you, but you're a vessel. You're supposed to give it to others. And from then on, I just started writing. And I mean, it has been, I don't like taking the credit 100% for myself, because I know it comes from a higher part of myself, my spirit coming through me. So I always reference higher power, God, spirit within the writing, because I never want to say it's just me, because it really isn't. It's something that is very intuitive, coming from spirit, and is very powerful. I mean, once I write it, I don't even know what I wrote, and then I'll read it, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting there like, oh, this is really cool, I could use this. But I know that it is for me to pass to others. So that is one of the very important parts of the writing aspect for me, that I know how important it is to get it out.
And I love that you just write it all out. Some people really try to structure things and it has to be this way. And I've heard that really all you need is that, as they call it, the brain dump. Get it all out of
Hmm.
your head, and then when you go back and you read it, it will make so much more sense. But you have to just tap in and just get it out. So if that could be any inspiration to anybody out there that's just kind of on the fence, with trying to get your story out there, just get a notepad and just let the
Yeah.
words flow. It doesn't matter how, they are coming out on the paper. At some point they're going to all come together and they're going to make sense.
And that's true. I don't stop for anything. For me, when it's given to me, I write. When it stops, I stop. And when I began with my publisher, I told them that I didn't want any punctuation. And they said, "Well, that's weird." And I'm like, "Well, to me, I'm different, so it is what it is." But I did say I don't want to dictate how it's supposed to be read. I don't want a person to stop just because I have a period, or to get excited because there's an exclamation point. I
Mhm.
want you to read it in regards to how you receive it. And everybody's going to receive it differently. So I'm not dictating the flow. I'm providing the words. You dictate the flow and how it will implement in your life. And I find that that is the best that I've had for myself because I'm not telling you how to read it or when to get excited or when to stop or when to go or when to pause. I'm giving you the words and you decide that in your life. So it is a little different, but it works for me.
I love that flow though. It's in your own flow. It's I love that, Don. Love that.
Yeah, you control it and you own it. You own the words. You own everything about it. I'm giving you the manual and you take it and just fly with it. Just use it in how it will help you opposed to what I'm telling you and how I'm telling you to read it.
Oh, I love that. So I know that you put being an author first. Now you have so many different hats. You're an author, you're a leader in business, you're a mom. I mean, that's juggling a lot of stuff. So how do you find the balance and what does self-care look like for you? Because that's so important.
Self-care is so important to me. I like going to the beach. I like being by the water. Not necessarily getting in the water because we have a lot of pollution around, but just being by the water. It's the sound of the waves, it's the walking on the sand, connecting to Mother Earth. It is me taking time out just to be me without any of the other hats that I have to wear. I know that me being a mom is very important. I know me being a leader within my profession is very important because I am dealing with other people who are way different than me.
Mm-hmm.
So self-care for me could be me going to the grocery store and getting coconut water and going to the beach and just sitting there and taking out just precious time, or me going online and listening to a podcast, or me reading my poetry, the poetry that I write, so that I can also get what I need out of it. Self care is me creating concoctions here for my hair, for my face, or juicing vegetables to feed my body. I have to make sure that my temple is taken care of. Otherwise, I won't be able to take care of anybody else. So, self care is so important, and we have to take time out for that. No matter how busy we are, we do have to make time for ourselves.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to cut to another quick commercial break and then we will be right back with Author
Okay.
Dawn. Author Dawn. I absolutely love that Mupo TV commercial. I danced to
I
that
know, it's so cute. I
It's so
love
much.
it.
Oh my goodness. So, Author Dawn, I love all your self care. I love the grounding because grounding is so important. I mean, don't you find that just very healing when you're able to just get out there, in the sand? And I know you said you get close to the water, and I think just being by that body of water, so
Yes.
big, just really is very healing for us and just kind of resets us, right?
It does reset you, and it also lets you know that you're a part of everything. And that's why I like going out and I like standing in the sand, because once I connect, I know that I'm connecting to something way bigger than me. you start to feel it. You feel the energy from the earth.
You do.
And it just takes you to a place where that's self-care for me. I just totally just dump everything that I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about the next day or the previous day. I'm thinking about right now. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about that, about the grounding aspect of it.
Yeah. You got to be present, in
You
every
do.
moment. You really do. Because if you're not present, you're definitely going to miss out on a lot of different things. You're also going to miss out on, some messages, even just within your body, right? That
Yes,
could be telling you something very important. So I think just that grounding and just being present is just so vital for us. Most definitely.
it's very, very important. It really is. I didn't know how important grounding was because when I was a child at my grandmother's house, there was grass. So we were always out without our shoes on. Never have a worry. We were children, but still, we didn't have any worries. We were just playing. We would go to the beach. We're just running around on the sand. And it just made us so happy. So there's something with happiness and grounding
Yes.
that
Most
we as adults we really need to get back to that.
I think it'd be a much happier world if we could all just take some time just to put our feet in the grass, put our feet in the
Yeah,
sand, whatever we can do. So definitely just remember to do that. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, it will
exactly.
actually resonate in your body. When you ground, it has this resonance in the body where it starts that healing process for you. And it
It
starts
does.
that joy. It ignites that joy inside you, and you do notice it for hours to come. So
You
definitely
do.
out there and do that.
And it reminds me of my childhood as well. So I'm like, it's nothing wrong with me going back and remembering, hey, when I was a child, I felt so happy and so alive when I was running in the grass. Why can't I do that now?
That's right, and you can.
Oh, yes, I can. I try to find grass here. It's a lot of sand, but I try to find grass. But I can find sand at the beach, so I use that for now.
So are there any goals that you have as an author right now? What's next for you?
What's next for me is actually I'm looking at. I want to do a coffee table book.
Nice.
And that's something that I've always wanted to do. So I'm looking into that now and maybe not changing how everything comes to me or written because I don't control that, but just getting out more, being more present within the books and the writing, sharing it more, maybe posting online a little bit more than what I was doing before.
You definitely want to get those works out there. You put your energy in there, your time in
Mhm.
there, and it really should. People should see that work. I mean, it's just amazing. So, can you tell everyone how they can get the books if they want to purchase your books?
Oh, okay. So my books are located on Amazon.com. They're also on Barnes and Nobles, and everything is online. I also have my email address that they can write me to if they have any information or any wanted to share anything, or get the titles of my books as well, which it is I am at dawnology.com.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Don. All right. So I tell you, when we get on here, the time goes so fast. But do you have any words of wisdom or words of encouragement for our audience, as well as just those authors that are out there, just kind of waiting to just show up?
Well, I will say this is that there's a lot of times that we try to convince ourselves that what we're feeling or what we know is our purpose and passion, that we try to convince ourselves that that's not it because we have a certain way of thinking of what we want to do. But you get the signs, you get the nudges, and you know what makes you happy. So why not just go to that and make sure that you are doing it for the right reasons. It's not always about how much money you're going to make. It's about how your spirit is going to feel and how you're going to make others feel by you giving your gift. We all have a gift. We've all been given gifts. We all have a purpose, and we all are viable within this world. Each one of us is like a piece of the puzzle. You put them together, and we're creating the earth and the world that we live in. So don't think just because you're getting the ideas of what your purpose is that that's not your purpose. We know what it is. It's just, do we want to own it? I mean, that's basically what it is. Do you really, are you fearless? Because if we fear it, we'll never be able to do what we came here to do. And that was the biggest lesson that I learned for myself, because I wanted to hold everything for myself. Oh, I'm giving these gifts. I have to hold on to it. Once I opened my hand and released it, my life changed drastically. And I can't tell you how wonderful it is to know who you are, the reason why you're here, your purpose, and your passion. It's very important.
Absolutely. Very, very important. So look, everybody, that is just an amazing, amazing message from author Dawn here. Own it, step into that power and purpose, and shine like the star that you are. Author Dawn, I want to just thank you so very much for joining me today. It has been just awesome the last couple of days being able to, one, catch up with you, and
oh, yes,
be able to learn just more about you and your wonderful literary art. So I do definitely want to have you back on the show at some point. We want to keep up to date with you. So thank you again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today to get to know author Dawn Gregory today. Definitely go on to Amazon.com, or you can go to Barnes & Noble and look up Dawn Gregory, and you can get the books there. You can also email her at the email address that she provided. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
To the next level.